Alright y'all, here in this video, see patch 1.06 drop. I didn't see this one coming. I didn't think there was gonna be another patch so quick. You're wondering, Agent, that's 6 fucking patches in the course of 2 months. I know, it's crazy. So if you don't happen to have an unlimited internet plan, alright, you have garbage internet, you don't have a lot of space on your PS4, I feel bad for you right now. But this video, we're gonna be getting into the details of the patch. In future videos, I'm gonna get on, play this shit rigorously, I'll tell y'all what it's about. But some archetypes already took an L, I can tell by the patch notes, some took a W. If you're a Playmaker, you're not gonna like today, alright? That's what I know. I'm gonna leave a link in the description, you guys can click it, the patch notes are there. You can read through the whole thing if you want. I'm gonna be discussing the highlights here in this video. Let's get into it. Alright, we might as well get into the hot stuff. Playmakers. Too many L's right now. I have a Playmaker myself, 91 overall Playmaker, but I don't use him that often. Playmakers, as of right now on Twitter, are going absolutely mad. And I'm gonna explain to you exactly why. I'm gonna hit the highlights right now. Number 1, 2K says, made some aggressive bump back dribble collisions for my park only. If you play on the Pro-Am side of things, you already know it's not that difficult to stop Playmakers on Pro-Am, but on Park, they're on another level of elite. I was playing a Playmaker on the stage the other day. I'll have that gameplay drop soon. He was cooking me. I was trying my hardest. Usually I can clamp Playmakers, but this one killed me. There was a lot of times where he'd go by me. I was like, yo, I was just there, yo. How'd he go by me? And so if there are aggressive bump back animations, the amount of times Playmakers can drive is going to be limited severely. And so that's part of the reason why Playmakers are losing their minds right now, but it's not the only reason. There's a bigger one. 2K says they cleaned up an issue that led to unrealistic speed bursts and some size up escape and combo moves. Y'all know what that means though, right? It says cleaned up an issue. So it didn't say multiple issues. So, you know, sometimes the patch notes can be a little inaccurate. I was seeing on Twitter, people said crossover 16 out the game. There's some live streams showing some of the dribble moves. Playmakers are upset because initially when you do a move and you boost out, now there's a little lag involved. I mean, so it kind of defeats the purpose of being a Playmaker if you can't really dribble the ball. And then you'd assume that Playmakers should be able, like the Playmaker I played in the stage, he should have been able to beat me. We didn't have a lockdown defender on my team and he was fucking phenomenal. By far the best Playmaker I've ever played against. I wasn't mad he was beating me, I just recognized he was a really good player. And so if they're making it possible now for players like me, sharpshooters, to lock down Playmakers, even the highest caliber, and it's gonna be crazy in the park. Again, lockdown defenders lose a little bit of value because as, you know, different Playmakers and different archetypes, you know, sharpshooters got patched a bunch of times. As you continue to patch these archetypes, you know, lockdown defender, you're like, yo, if they can defend that archetype now, well, what are we here for? And especially since the screens were fixed, it's been a lot easier to guard Playmakers. You know how it was before the screens were patched, there was moving screens and then the speed boost, and that was fucking annoying because you can't beat a moving, but now you have to set the screen before you move. And it's a lot easier to guard those Playmakers, and so they can't be cheesing around the screens. I don't know where I stand on this. I don't know if it's a good or a bad thing. Now, if you're not a Playmaker, of course you benefit from this. I have a Playmaker, so of course a little disappointed, but then I also have a sharpshooter, which is the one I use the most, so now I don't have to worry about Playmakers. So people are talking about I quit 2K on Twitter, and then you also have to keep in mind that last patch, even though it dropped at midnight, didn't come into effect until 8 AM. And so there might be stuff in the patch that we're looking at right now that don't come into effect later. So even though the anger is here now, if there's an update later on during the day and it makes even more serious impacts, then there's gonna be even bigger, I don't know if backlash is the right term, it's gonna be a bigger reaction. We'll go with reaction. On a more positive note, they said they removed some long drawn out dribble losses when you can't pick up the ball, you're on a weird angle and you just sprint out of control and out of bounds and you're like, really? That just happened? On an even more positive note, I don't know, I saw some people angry about this on Twitter. I don't know why you're angry. When you're playing ball in real life, you gotta be a real bitch-made individual to try and steal the ball before first man is made. What are you doing? First man has been made. Let first man be made on the park, and then you can go play as much defense as you want. But they removed that thing in the park where you check the ball and then you can't move with the check, right? And people just spam square, pop the ball out your hands unless you're fake passing every 2 seconds. That's patched, all right? We can agree. Altogether, that was a good thing. Some people only live in their own minds. They're like, oh, it doesn't benefit me, Agent. That means it's bad, right? It hurts my game. It's like, no, I was calling for screens to be removed before patch 5. And screens probably benefited me the most because I need to get open to be able to shoot with my sharpshooter. They benefit me, but it's not a part of basketball. You can't have moving screen. I'm like, yo, get that shit out the fucking game. Same thing goes with this right here. It needs to be out the game. So on another positive note, it's something I also talked about in the video. 2K says sped up the CPU's ability to get into offensive sets and run plays. So you know how it is when you're running the triangle, you're running a 4 out 1 in, or you run that Warriors offense, that jazz motion, and then, you know, it takes forever to, especially in the motion, you know, and it takes forever for the AI to set up. It's like, hurry the fuck up. I have 24 seconds, and they just chill. And then you have 10 seconds left, and now you start moving around, and you don't have enough time to make a shot. Thank you. And then maybe the last highlight, by the way, a link in the description, y'all can go check all this shit out. There's not too many notes, at least compared to the last patch, and the last positive note is a number of performance improvements for Pro-Am. That's all they said. It was really vague, so we don't know really what to expect. Hopefully the performance improvements are, we stop lagging out, because there are a lot of teams that just quit playing Pro-Am because they didn't want to fuck up their record, and now they're just playing walk-on. They're like, agent, I don't want to fuck up my record. There's $250,000 on the line. We need to get to elite whatever to qualify for this tournament. I mean, those are the main stuff. I'm gonna get some of this shit here, like the Hornets will now have the correct court projections during the pre-game celebration. I don't think nobody gives a fuck about that. All right, so these are the main points. Again, I'm gonna be playing it, and I'm gonna play this shit rigorously. I'll let y'all know how I feel about it, but let me know in the comments. You know, I want to see Playmakers and other people that aren't Playmakers. You could assume Playmakers is gonna be frustrated because their players can't perform as now, but I want to know what everybody else thinks as well. And make sure to leave a like if y'all enjoy. Subscribe if you guys are new. Y'all already know we're dropping that heat daily, every single day. I'm gonna catch y'all later. Peace.